The RC6GS radio by RadioLink. I'm going to install this into the TRX4 Sport right there, which that Sport is actually a TRX4 Bronco, so it still has all the features of the thing. The diff locks, the 2-speed transmission and all, and I'm going to show you guys all the settings that I've got in this to make that truck work for me. Take a look. With this, you can see the setup that I'm running. I've got the Hobbywing Axe 2700 kV. I've also got the receiver mounted right there, that big old mess of wires. I'm going to show you guys how this thing functions and then go over the settings on the radio itself. I got it powered up, and you can see the gyro is actually turned on, which I think may actually be a pretty neat thing for this. Now, the 2-speed is actually on the button right here, and you can see that. That's actually high speed, and that's low speed. So that's how that works. Now, I've got the mix set up on the lockers. Now, if this one right here, if I flip the switch forward, both the front and the rear lock together. Both sides are locked. I flip this back. Now, both ends are open. Now, I've got something else set up here where I can push this just forward, and with this, just the front end is locked. The back is not. So I still have kind of sort of the features of the stock radio, as I can lock the front only or both at the same time. And here's the 2-speed transmission. Now the gyro is on the knob right here, so you can turn it up and make it really sensitive, or turn it off and you have nothing. So pretty much that's the operation of the way the system works, at least the way I have mine set up. Now, I'm going to show you guys the actual radio setup that I have to make it do this. Here are the EPAs that I've got. Now, remember channel 3 is for the transmission on this one. So I have 52 and 44. Channel 4 is the rear locker, 20%. That's the unlock or neutral part. And then that's your lock. Channel 5 is the front steering. There's your neutral or unlock on that one. Then there's your lock. Channel 6 I don't have hooked up to anything at all for this truck. Here are the sub trims I'm using. I just got the channel 4 and channel 5 all the way back. Simple as that. This is the setup on servo reversing. Steering is normal, throttle is reversed, channel 3 is reversed, 4 is normal, 5 is reversed, and 6, there's nothing on 6. This is the mix right here. Up and down are both at 100%. The master channel is channel 4, the slave channel is channel 5. So this one controls this switch right here with this setup. This is the switch assignment right here. Channel 3 is obviously the transmission, so you want that to stay one way or the other. Channel 4, switch B, channel 5, switch C, and 6 is no, because again, I'm not using channel 6. The gyro is simply on, variable rate switch, and there's my adjustments. Nothing really special about that. At this point, I've got everything secured inside. Let's go ahead and get this thing outside and see how it's got. See how touchy that steering gyro is. See if I can get it tuned in to where this thing can haul butt in second gear and not have any, flipping or rolling over issues that I've had previously. Anyway, let's get it outside. So the first thing I want to see is that gyro. With the gyro turned all the way up, it definitely has a little speed wobble to it. So I'm going to turn that down. Okay, the knob is about maybe 1/8 of an inch from all the way down. Let's see what it's got. Beautiful. Nice. All right, let's give this climb a try. The diffs are unlocked right now. All right, there we go. I'm gonna flip the front locker only. Let's see if that takes care of it here. There we go. Front locker did engage, rear locker is still open. Now I'm going to drop down like I've done a bunch of times before.
well, that did not work out very well. A little too fast. All right, let's try that again. I don't have any expo set up on the throttle. Maybe I should have set some up on the throttle. Let's see here. Was not very graceful, but still got it. Let's see how well I can get up this driving one-handed. I made it up to the top. Now let's see if I can continue. Ooh. I keep pushing buttons trying to drive one-handed on this thing. I think it's just one of the trims. Whoa. All right, let's try some more rocks here. The dirt was fun. Hopefully it packs in a little bit, gets a little bit better. That was a piece of cake. Let's see if we can do it a little bit differently here. Possibly even worse. Yep, it was worse. Can't flip that over. All right, let's see what we got here. Still in first gear. This has got the X2700 in it, by the way, which is a really good system. This also has the Reese 555 servo. And there is no external BEC on it at all. The Axe is driving it just fine. So guys, other than trying to steer this thing one-handed, I kept hitting the steering trim button. The radio ran really good. Now the gyro, if you have your truck geared really fast, it'll really help you keep it on the tires, especially if you've got the spools or locked diffs in your vehicle. Because a locked diff will, it'll kind of turn up a little bit and just keep going, and then you end up in a spectacular cartwheel. So with the open diffs, it also helps that as well. Now, I feel I could really gear it up and really see what it's got. Maybe even put the 3300 in it, just to see how fast I could get it with this radio. Now, as far as distance goes, I didn't show this, but I pretty much drove the truck. I was standing at the front part of my yard and drove it all the way back where it was just a tiny red dot. I have no idea the distance, but it has to be close to 400 feet. I've got a pretty good length of property as far as, length and all that goes. So, pretty sure I had plenty of distance on this thing. Way more than you'll ever need for a scaler. But I didn't notice any glitches or anything like that. As far as the switch layout that I've got going, that worked out really good. Being able to go front locker without the rear locker, or just having a simple switch and catching both of them at the same time. That's actually fairly quick and convenient. The 2-speed, this button right here, you kind of got to think about it a little bit more. My other radios have the 2-speed down here where your thumb is. But other than that, I think the radio did really good. And there are links in the description below on how to get this radio for your vehicle. Receivers for like this are like about $16, I believe. So really cheap on the receivers, and they all have the gyros. So hey, if you have a world record breaking speed run TRX4 Sport or TRX4 of any kind, hey, this is the radio for you. So guys, hopefully you liked the video, and as always, thank you all for watching.